Hey yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today is pretty hot, so I'm going to be doing some resin, which is always very fun and great. Today I'm going to be doing a resin cat, but I'm going to be doing it for my girlfriend's friend who's part of the LBG, whatever the heck it's called, community. So yeah, I've got the resin. This is the new brand that I bought. I think I told you guys a little bit about it. It's called Mopa Crafts. This one has over double the amount of resin as than my old batch. So I think until I get into it professionally, I think I'm going to be sticking with these like this brand and those bottles of resin, and they're only like £3 extra than the other bottles. So as I said, I'm going to be doing it the rainbow. I've got red, yellow, green, blue and purple. I know in the rainbow there's like violet and orange, but I don't have those colors, which, you know, is kind of upsetting, but whatever. So yeah, I've got the resin, I've got the mixing cup, I've got the colors, I've got mixing sticks. I always bring 3 mixing sticks, so in case something goes wrong and one has like too much color on it and it like bleeds into the rest, I can just change the sticks. I've also got some tissue to wipe down the necks of the bottle and stuff. And yeah, let's get into it. So now I'm going to change the view of the camera down to my workspace, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, we'll get into this. Alright guys, so I've got my resin here. I've also got my mixing cup. I should get one of my sticks, which is here. Now I'm just going to measure out, the mold takes 20 mils, so I'm going to measure out 20 mils on the cup. If you can see those lines right there, I'm going to measure out those. Alright guys, so I've put the resin in there, if you can see that, and I'm going to turn on my fan because I'm going to start mixing. And yeah, now I'm going to start mixing. I did set up a 5-minute timer on my phone, so hopefully it should be mixed good in 5 minutes. I'll see you guys then. Okay guys, so I mixed it. It's all nice and mixed. You can't see it that well because it's still clear, but you know, whatever. And yeah, like I said, I mixed it, and then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to let it sit for a minute, just to let all the bubbles rise to the top. So while we're letting that sit, we're now going to get our mold. I put my molds on books just because they're really floppy, and this is how I transport them around, you know. Be very careful in transporting them. If they overflow and get on the book or get on your clothes or get on stuff like that, you'll basically need to chuck it out, sort of thing. I like to use books that have like a plasticky like outside, because I feel like the resin won't stick to it as much, even though it probably will. But yeah, as I was saying, now that they're waiting for the thing to get the bubbles to the top, I suggest now you look to make sure your mold is clean. Now I know mine has some blue colouring on it, but that's on the outside. Last time I used this mold, I spilt some of the colouring. So I already know that this colour isn't on the inside, which is first of all amazing. If it was, you've got to clean this thing out like nobody's business. But yeah, just like make sure there's no hair in it, there's no dust, there's no bits of extra like colouring or whatever. It is silicone and the resin doesn't stick to silicone, so if there is any spare resin, like little droplets, you can just get your nail and like scrape it off. So that's really cool. So yeah, now I'm just gonna give it a minute to wait, then I'm gonna come back when I'm about to start pouring. Okay guys, so it's been about 2-ish minutes. I've gotten as many of the bubbles out as I can, but yeah, let's start doing this. So yeah, the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to pour the resin in the mold. I'm going to fill the mold, you know. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drip the colors like in a line, so it's like the rainbow. And then on each color I'm going to drip white. and what that will do is that will drag the color down into the mold. And if you look at it from the side, like if you look at it from like this, you can literally see all the drops going like through the clear. It's super cool. I've done it before. I've loved the results. The results do vary depending how much white you use. So yeah, we'll see how much I do end up using. But yeah, let's get into this. Since this is a silicone cup, you can sort of squeeze it to guide it in, which I usually do. I'm actually going to turn my fan off for this bit, just in case the wind like unevens it or whatever. But yeah, let's get into this. Am I in camera? Yeah, I'm in camera. I'll probably zoom it in or something. This resin in general, like this new one, is so nice. It's so runny that the bubbles like literally just float to the top. Remember not to pour too heavily. You know, like don't just flood the mold. If there is any bubbles, you can kind of get them out with the popsicle stick, or if you have a skewer or a toothpick, anything like that. Fill up near the whiskers. Go in the middle as well. Resin is kind of expensive, so you don't really want to be wasting any. Usually I prepare like a smaller mold, so if I do end up using, or if I do end up filling the mold but there's still resin left, there's like one last drip hanging off there. Hang on. Get your toothpick, get your stick and wipe down the edge so the drip doesn't drip off. Yeah, I don't have enough to make anything anyway. I'll probably just put some random colouring in there and then just like stick the skewer in and let it dry like that, or cure like that. Right, so now the mold itself is full of the resin. You can actually use a torch. Hang on. Right, you can actually use a torch like from your phone. Let me turn this on, and you can actually see where the bubbles are. What I recommend is for the larger bubbles, use your stick and try and kind of like drag them out. If you've ever done that before, you know what I'm talking about. You literally just like put it in and then drag the bubble up the walls and it pops. Or at the very least you can take the bubble out fully. Is it still on the stick? Nope. Anymore. With this kind of mold, there's always bubbles around where the whiskers and the mouth is, so make sure you give those areas a good old look. There are some very small bubbles, but you can't really get rid of them unless you have a vacuum chamber, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, the person I'm giving this to, like, they don't have any significant value to me, so yeah, whatever. Right, so I think I've got the most I can out. Now, what are we on? We're on 9 minutes. Jeez. We're gonna start from the tip of the ears going down. I'm gonna do 2 red dots at the top, and then so on. Make sure if you're using liquid ink or alcohol ink to give it a little bit of a shake. Right. So the tips of the ears. Boom. Nah, let's let that do this thing. Boom. Should I add one more? No, I'm gonna leave it. Usually I like to get tissue and wipe down the top of the bottles. This is actually going to be my first time using the yellow. I don't know what to expect from it. But yeah, let's give it a try. Right, so now the ear separates, so I'm going to be doing 2 drops. Ooh. Okay. I can get down with this yellow. This is a nice looking yellow. Right, again, wipe down at the top of the bottle. Next is green. Gonna put that. When you do it, leave a little gap because the ink does tend to spread. The green is kind of just taking over a little bit. Let's add one more here. Oh, I forgot to clean the top of the bottle. This is why you clean the top. There's like now a green ring around the edge. Okay, now it's blue. This is going not... Oh, forgot to shake it. This is not going that bad. I thought this was going to turn out worse. Now we're going to go to around the eye area sort of thing. Over here. When you add colour, let it spread out its full potential. Right, add a little bit more there, add a little bit more there, add a little bit more there. There are little clear spots, but I'm going to move it around with the stick later on. I'm actually going to add a little bit more, just because I only have one colour left and I want them to be spread out as evenly as possible. Wipe down the bottle again. Right, last colour, purple. Oh, gotta shake it. I'm hurrying up for the camera, like so I don't have to film as much. But like when you do this, take your time. You know, try not to get your colouring to go down the sides of the mould or anything like that. This colour for some reason is super like grainy. I don't know why. Oh, you see I got some on the mould there. What you do is you get some tissue and you soak it up. Now I've got purple on my mould. Excellent. Right, that should be pretty good. Wipe down your bottle once again. Right, put that over there. Now technically I've done with the colouring, but because this is greeny, I want to try and sort of mix it in type of thing. I don't know why it doesn't do it naturally. I'm showing you the whole process in case it goes wrong, because I've never tried this before. Okay, now I'm pretty much done with the tissue, so I'm just going to use the tissue to clean the colouring off the stick so I can keep on spreading the colouring. Now I'm going to do the green. Just sort of spread it around, make sure it's all nice and even, fill in any gaps. With the darker colours I did go a little bit heavy, just so when I do this step I can literally move the ink around on top of the resin, which is super cool. Now I'm going to sort out the red. Boom. Okay, this should cure fairly quicker than my other projects, just because it's really hot today. Yeah, so this is the end of part 1. This is the first video. Oh wait, no, I've still got to add the white. How could I forget? Okay, what are we at? 16 minutes. Oof. Okay, so now drip white sparingly. Like, what I mean, in this like section beneath the mouth. 1, 2. That's all you need. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, let those sort of do their own thing. 1, 2, 3. Alright, once again, let those two sort of gel together. The white does help to mix colours, by the way. Alright, now you're going again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Alright, let those spread out, do their own little thing. Now we're going again. 1, 2. Boom. Again, let them do their own thing. Do not bother it. Right. The yellow kind of got lost in it, but that's okay. It turned into a kind of orange, which is actually quite good. Just because this is the rainbow. Right. 1, 2. Boom. Again, let that jello in. Don't move it around. Don't do anything. 1, 2. Boom. You can literally tell where you haven't put white because it won't be see-through. Like when you look at it from the top, you can literally see where you added the color and where you haven't. I think this is pretty good. I like this. So yeah, now I'm gonna let it cure, and in the next video I'm gonna show you guys me unmolding it and the whole thing. Sometimes what happens is when you put coloring just on the top of resin, it can tend to get sticky when it cures. Like the ink doesn't cure into the resin. So what I might have to do is mix a very small amount of resin and then do a clear coat on the top. But yeah, I'll certainly let you guys know how that goes and if I did have to do that or not. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe. I'll see you later, guys. Peace out.